Okay, go, sorry.
It's from the beginning?
Yeah.
Okay. Mayor Burton and members of council. Council has key strategic priorities to protect and enhance Oakville's environment, continuously improve programs and services, to be more environmentally sustainable, and be Canada's most livable town. Oakville's environment comprises a myriad of outstanding places, from the Lake Ontario shoreline with first-class parks and harbors, vibrant downtown, to the spectacular valleys, green spaces, and natural corridors filled with urban wildlife, to the improving air quality that we breathe. Our 2012 State of Oakville's Environment Report declares that our environment is a key component that goes into making our town vibrant and attractive to businesses and residents. We know how important our environment is to residents. The 2013 Citizens Survey indicated an 83% satisfaction with the town's efforts to protect the environment, and natural environment was our citizens' second highest priority, 54% behind controlling growth. Council's commitment and support for advancing Oakville to a leadership position in many environmental areas continues to grow. And this makes my department's work plentiful, challenging, intense, and very, very rewarding. It is my privilege to be fully engaged in this work with a small, tightly knit team of 5 full-time staff, often augmented with several co-op students and an intern, university intern, to keep us sharp, as they often bring along new ideas, and they are our future. We are all passionate about our work, relish the day-to-day challenges, are lifelong learners, and bring our personal commitment to delivering the highest quality products possible. Our work delivers actions important to council, improving our air quality, managing energy and greenhouse gas emissions, reducing waste, increasing recycling, greening our buildings and the fleet, supporting biodiversity and wildlife, and preparing for climate change. Every day we strive to maintain the town's leadership role in delivering effective and innovative environmental sustainability for the corporation and the community. And with the support of this council, we set the bar high for other municipalities. Actions unique to Oakville include the Health Protection Air Quality Bylaw, delivering effective work to protect against improperly located energy generation facilities, developing the Environmental Strategic Plan with its comprehensive suite of environmental programs, and preparing in-house the Oakville Wildlife Strategy, among others. Our role is to be aware of emerging issues and risks, policy gaps, and effective program delivery so that we are prepared for the future. The town's interests are protected, and council can make informed decisions that contribute to Oakville's livability. Our work begins with the progressive and responsible goals set by Council's unanimously approved Environmental Strategic Plan to sustain and enhance our environment, reduce our energy and waste consumption, establish and support environmentally friendly transportation network, create and support a healthy, resilient community, foster environmental stewardship through education and community involvement, and lead in applying best environmental management practices. We focus on maintaining and growing in-house expertise, supporting adaptation to keep pace with change, whether it's through bringing in best management practices, ensuring compliance with existing and new regulations, developing risk mitigation strategies, or dealing with emerging issues. Our goal is to help future-proof the town for current and future generations to enjoy. Bob Iger, current chairman and chief executive at the Walt Disney Company, has stated, "The riskiest thing we can do is just maintain the status quo." And this is especially true when dealing with the environment. Department staff functions as a team of subject matter experts, providing coordinated and ongoing guidance and expertise to staff across the town. We work very positively with the majority of departments, and it's difficult to provide you with just a brief overview of these connections to other departments because interdepartmental connections are plentiful. However, to keep my presentation a reasonable length of time, I'll only mention 6 examples briefly. We work with the legal department on environmental bylaws and site contamination issues, and actually we do quite a lot of work with our friends in legal. Parks and open space on wildlife management, invasive species, and natural heritage restoration projects. Planning services on land use planning for energy generation and sustainable development. Strategy, policy, and communications for delivery of comprehensive public engagement strategies, website enhancement, and issue management. Facilities and construction management to deliver sustainable green LEED buildings. And the fire department to bring electric vehicles into the fleet. And a charge station to continue greening our fleet. This list just gives you an idea of the range of interdepartmental initiatives involving environmental policy staff. Council's vision implicitly requires departmental leadership, and with Council's support of innovative and bold environmental actions, the town has been recognized with prestigious awards for environmental excellence, urban wildlife management, working towards zero waste, for our efforts to improve our air quality and reduce greenhouse gas emissions and energy use, and for the town's commitment to green building. Opportunities to raise Oakville's awareness of Oakville's leadership efforts come with invitations to participate as speakers at conferences and on panels and best-in-class case studies, locally and internationally, and as board members of respected organizations such as the GTA Clean Air Partnership. To move effectively towards livability, the community needs to be an active partner. Thankfully, Oakville is a habitat for environmental activism. I say this with pride. Democracy facilitates and enables the view of the many to be expressed without undue constraint. To quote Louis L'Amour, to make democracy work, we must be a nation of participants. This council values and in fact requires substantive community engagement to make our town work better together. And our community participates as the essential and active partner, raising concerns that need to be addressed, such as pesticides, health, air quality, and wildlife, and also carrying out work on the ground. Vitally important to directly improving Oakville's environment, planting trees, restoring green spaces, reducing energy use, and supporting environmental education. And we go to the community. We do not expect the community to come to us. By making these efforts, we have gained respect from our partners. These partnerships produced impactful results. Oakville Green is delivering community tree plantings and wildlife education to our town's schools. The Oakville Horticultural Society developed the pollinator-friendly Anderson Parquet to promote awareness of biodiversity, water efficiency, and environmental stewardship. The Halton Environmental Network and Green Trans has worked on summer fun, bike and bus day, waste diversion at community events, and promoting alternative energy generation. The Oakville Community Foundation delivers the Oakville Environmental Fund, established in 2005 by the town, that has provided almost $68,000 for 2 community groups for environmental work over its 8 years. The annual Energy Fair, held in conjunction with Oakville Green Community Garage Sale, engages about 15 community groups and businesses such as Oakville Hydro, local home improvement service providers, and green energy suppliers to bring energy conservation options and education to the usual 300 plus attendees. The local community sustainability plan, branded Let's Be Livable, is connecting to the community, residents, schools, and local businesses to raise awareness of sustainability, define the community's role, and identify community actions that can support the 4 pillars of sustainability. The project was launched with a successful event in mid-2012, followed by the establishment of a residents panel through innovative public engagement methodology. Development of the plan is continuing into 2014, and with continued community involvement of sector representatives such as the Oakville Chamber of Commerce, and continuing to engage with the residents panel, networking with community partners, as well as hosting a business forum and a sustainability summit. And as an outstanding example of partnerships, our community's voice, supported through council, clearly identified the desire to have cleaner air to breathe through responsive policy development and leadership. The town continues to occupy this role as leader in environmental protection, working with our neighboring municipalities, the Ministry of the Environment, and our community members on the pilot Oakville-Clarkson Air Zone Management Advisory Committee to achieve sustained efforts by all sectors to reduce air emission and improve our local air quality. And through enactment and implementation of the Health Protection Air Quality Bylaw, work with the town's businesses and the Oakville Chamber of Commerce has been effective as a mechanism to achieve continuous improvements to our local air quality. These are important efforts that collectively, as partners, move us forward towards environmental sustainability more effectively than if we were working in isolation. Without engaging the many residents and community and environmental groups that are active in our town, we could not be as efficient in our work. Many of the community partnered activities serve to plant seeds to grow trees, or environmental awareness, or energy conservation. But what is really happening is that we are growing to community to support Oakville's livability. Oakville's environment is challenged at the local, regional, provincial, federal, and global levels. Other agencies' policies and laws for energy, sustainability, brownfields, climate change, and more create emerging issues from regulatory changes, newly identified policy gaps, new technology and science, old contamination coming to light, and proposed developments, among other issues. We must be aware of and be responsive to emerging issues in order to provide council with the information needed for informed and timely decision-making. To keep council up to speed, we need to keep pace with and be ahead of these types of issues, and this requires mental agility, the ability to ramp up with scientific and technical research to develop a science-based and effective approach, and resiliency to constantly review and evaluate the often fluid scenarios. Taking on these emerging challenges is important to council. Environmental policy has relished being involved in these very important and often intense efforts to produce a rationalized response to emerging issues. Our work for you on these issues needs to be done this way to be credible and defensible. The strategic approach to environmental problems resolution begins with the foundation created by Council's Environmental Strategic Plan, which is entering into its unanimously approved second successful 5-year implementation cycle. The goals of the Environmental Strategic Plan were mentioned earlier in this presentation. Other significant efforts have occurred when the town took on the uncontrolled use of pesticides for cosmetic uses with the development of the town's pesticide bylaw in 2007 with implementation over 2008 and 2009. This action was a tipping point, moving the provincial government to enact the Cosmetic Pesticide Act in 2009 to ensure that the province-wide controls were put into effect that reduced the use of harmful pesticides substances in residential areas. And this council provided clear direction and support to staff to ensure that power generation facilities proposed for Oakville must meet stringent criteria that protect the health and safety of our residents and do no harm. Through council's direction, we will achieve local air quality improvements that enhance the health and well-being of our citizens from airborne fine particulate matter emissions through the innovative Health Protection and Air Quality Bylaw, unanimously passed on February 1st, 2010. Council deserves credit for bringing forward community health and environmental concerns, acting on them, and supporting a staff response that has established the town as a leader in dealing with emerging environmental issues head-on. I know my counterparts in other municipalities frequently contact me to find out how they can emulate the actions taken in Oakville. As Michael Moore said in his work Here Comes Trouble, I realized that this was the big secret of democracy, that change can occur by starting out with just a few people doing something. And the town, through council, while not a few people, drives and influences change when your concerns and the concerns of our community are great enough to support taking a stand. Challenges will continue to come our way. The revised Species at Risk Act will impact development in North Oakville. The Green Energy Act continues to bring in new requirements for reporting on energy management. Projects by others, such as the province's energy planning, require continued vigilance in making sure that collectively we are aware of the continued changes that may impact our town's environmental sustainability. New emerging issues such as brownfield management, the coming need to comply with PSAP 3060, brownfield valuation reporting requirements, and a road ecology approach for better wildlife management are examples of adaptive change that bring opportunities for continuous improvement. Our role is to be aware of emerging issues and risks, policy gaps, opportunities, and effective program delivery so that the town's interests are protected, leadership status is maintained, council can make informed and timely decisions that contribute to Oakville's livability. At the same time, we continue to strengthen our community partnerships by building solid, engaging, and effective relationships. Looking to Council's vision to be the most livable town in Canada, I am reminded of the saying by Gene Roddenberry, "We will head in the direction we look." Council's forward-looking directions set expectations high to maintain the town as a leader in environmental sustainability. The Environmental Policy Department relishes the opportunity to support this position through effective and innovative actions to contribute to Oakville's livability. Thank you.